Hello everyone, my name is Aryan and I am from SmartScale. Today in this video, I'll just be breaking down everything you need to know about SMMA. So a lot of people ask me, what is it that I do? Like, what is SMMA? So it stands for Social Media Marketing Agency, and it's basically people like building a system, managing the ads, and just marketing to scale businesses basically. So what most people hear, like that don't even know SMA, hear about SMA and they just think it's Instagram posts or like just growing a page, but it's much more than that. It's more closer to building a predictable customer pipeline using the social platform. So I have a lot of experience in service-based businesses. Like, I know there's the e-com space, there's the other spaces as well, but I'll be referring mostly to service-based businesses because that's my shit. I know what I'm talking about in that field. So I'll just get my screen up. SMA, I've already said this, but SMA stands for Social Media Marketing Agency. The important part is not the acronym, it's what it does. An agency is basically a performance partner that's responsible for traffic, lead generation, and ongoing optimization and reporting. It's not just marketing as a vague concept. It's a repeatable process, launch, track, improving, and scaling based on results. I've made these boards really simple so it's easy to understand. So I've talked about what SMA is. Let's talk about what it isn't. So if someone, let's say, pitches you SMA and basically says, oh, we'll post for you or we'll grow your followers, I mean, that can be fine. That can be fine for brand awareness, but for most service businesses, it's not the core thing that fills the schedule. Like, you want booked jobs, you want customers basically. So real marketing is measurable. If they can't tell you what the cost per lead is, what the booking rate is, like what improvements they're making week to week on the advertisements, then it's not really marketing, it's just activity, and activity is expensive when you're trying to just grow. I'll just break down the simple funnel for SMA. So for service businesses, the funnel is actually very simple and clean. Like, people see the ad impressions, they click on it, the clicks turn into leads or people filling out the form, like people that are interested, and then the leads are then contacted, and then some are closed, some are not, and the closed leads turn into booked jobs, and then booked jobs basically turn into revenue. That's the whole funnel for service-based businesses, but it is not as simple as this sounds. So cost per lead doesn't mean much if you're getting shit leads. Like, it does not matter that much. We're also supposed to track the contact rate, so how many leads you actually reach, and then booking rate is how many become a job, so how many of these leads that are contacted actually get booked. So do you close them or do you not close them? So I call it the closing rate, but you can call it the booking rate as well. But the main key performance indicator is the cost per booked job. So this section basically, because that's what actually hits your bank account. So why Meta ads? Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, is usually the main platform for service businesses because it is a fast feedback loop. So you can launch something today, get data quickly, and make decisions based on real performance. And like, that's what my agency excels in as well. It's also strong because of its location targeting. So if you only service a certain radius, those are the people that, let's say you're a company you're a contractor in Melbourne, like a roofer, let's say, in Melbourne, and you're getting leads from Brisbane. The leads won't really matter, will they? So having a location radius is so important. This is so important. Which means like the friction is low, people can inquire without leaving the app, and then which will be quick, easy forms to fill out. So retargeting is built in, so you keep showing to people who are already engaged. Like, first time they might see it, they might not want it. Second time they might see it, they might not want it, and then third time they want it. So Meta ads is so good. It's always updating. It's so good, and it's pretty hard to stay up to date with it. But like, as an agency owner, that's basically your job. And then with the ads, like, there's a concept called the ABO and CBO, and then I'll tell you why it matters. So ABO stands for ad set budget optimization, and it controls the budgets per ad. So if you have 3 ads, so let's say 1, 2, 3, So it's a budget per ad. So let's say $5 for this ad, $5 for the other ad, and then $5 for another ad. So that's how ABO runs. It's a cleaner testing, because if you know like this ad is better, you're gonna put like a $15 budget and then like make these like lower basically, because if you have a winning ad, you want to give it more budget basically. And then CBO is campaign budget optimization. That is Meta distributes the budget, but this means like scaling will be smoother. But in CBO, it's good for the start, because CBO basically allocates so there's, let's say the three ads, they're part of one campaign. So let's say you have a budget of $20 a day. It distributes it accordingly. Meta will do this automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. And then whichever ad starts doing well, it will give it more. So the best way to do this is starting a CBO and then figuring out which ad is the best, and then basically allocating it more budget through the ABO system. That's basically it. And if you have the wrong system, like it's wraps, you're not going to get any sort of results. You're just going to be wasting money. So a lot of people ask, what is a good CPO? And the honest answer is it depends, because CPO changes based on niche, competition, like the strength of the offer, the quality of the creativeness in the ads, like the landing page and lead form friction, and then also the follow-up speed. One thing is really important. Chasing this cheapest CPL will kill your system, like 100%. Like you get cheap leads, but they're not gonna be booked jobs. Like that are broke, out of the area, or not serious. So what even is the point? I already touched on this before, so I won't go too deep into it. So you don't want cheap ads, you want efficient booked jobs. That's why the follow-up speed and the qualification questions matter as much as the ad. Like you may think, like if you're a service-based business, like feel free, you can try yourself. Like you're just gonna waste money, I'll tell you that, because optimization is not just a buzzword, man. Like people throw this word around, but it's literally just discipline improvements, weekly leaves. Like you got to be checking consistently. You got to test new creatives, like different hooks, different proof, different offers. You need to refine audiences and cut what's not working. You need to add exclusion so you stop paying for ads for the wrong people. Pace budget properly so you're not overreacting day to day, and you tweak the form or landing page to improve lead quality. And the key thing is decisions come from data. So it comes from like cost per result, lead quality, booking rate, and it does not come from feelings at all. So you need to be careful with that. So I'll just tell you a bit about the creative testing variables. So like the terminology behind it. So there's the hooks and angles. Like I've created a little thing here for me. So hook. So you have to be testing different hooks and angles. So like here, I've shown 3 different hooks. So like here, like you could be saying, save money, see if that works. If that doesn't work, get fast service, because people might be wanting faster service. Or like, oh, trusted expertise, so they want reliance. So you got to test different hooks and see which one works, and then invest more budget into that. Test different angles. So here I've shown 3 different angles. So like you can go from the angle of local and reliable, like quality guaranteed, and boosting efficiency. These are just 3 that I've added, but there can be like many different angles and hooks. So just be careful with that. You got to show proof, like before and after, and time lapses of the work so they trust you. You got to offer framing as well. Same day slots, fixed quote ranges, like get a quote in 60 seconds or whatever like fits a niche basically. And then you also have to address objections. So like obviously people aren't just gonna call you and be like, oh yeah, say yes to everything. So you have to address objections like the price, the speed, the trust. Then you watch the CTR, how people engage, the cost per lead. But you always come back to lead quality. Like that is the most important thing, lead quality. And this, because this is what turns into jobs and what keeps money flowing into your bank account. So this is the part nobody really talks about. So client churning, that basically means like client leaving your agency. Clients don't churn because the ads are dead. It's because expectations were wrong from the beginning. If the client expects instant results in 48 hours, they'll churn because that's just unrealistic. If a follow-on system is slow and leads go cold, they'll think the ads are bad. If the offer is weak, CPL spikes and it feels like nothing works. And if reporting is unclear, if nobody can answer, then what are we changing next week? Like, confidence just drops, and retention is mostly systems plus communication. A proper weekly reporting should feel really boring, but in a good way, because it's like a numbers, trends, and a plan. This includes leads, cost per lead, like contact rate, booked rate, cost per booked job, like all of this stuff. And then like what was tested, what wasn't tested, like everything like that. Because when you see consistent reporting like that, you know it's being managed professionally and not just left running. So service businesses are honestly one of the best fits for SMMA because the math is so clean. Like, the demand is so clear, like people actually require the service. And then there's also a clear outcome, like calls, quotes, bookings, and it's really easy. And then return on investment is really easy to calculate because okay, I'll just do a quick math here for you. Let's say the service business is paying the agency $2,000 per month, right? And they're spending, let's say, like $1,000 on ads. So that's $3,000 they're spending, right? And let's say they rev like 50 leads, right? They close 30 of the leads, right? And each job on average is $400. So 400 times 30. So that is basically $12,000. So that's the revenue. That's basically from $3,000. That's a 4x. That's 4x ROI. So you can literally show them the return on investment from the beginning. So the maths is super simple. Like, this is just an example. Like, don't take this literally, but it's like this in most cases. Like, why are other businesses like going with media marketing agency like if it didn't work? Like, and after they start, like, they keep retaining and sign long-term contract because it just works and it scales with capacity. That's the most important thing. So now we'll talk about what a good setup looks like. So the correct structure should have like CBO, ABO, a correct plan for this, like a proper offer. It's tight and the lead form has qualifying questions. So you're not dealing with people like time wasters and tire kickers. Like, there's no point in that. That's just wasting time for us and wasting time for you. And then the follow-up is fast and there's automation within it to support it. The automation process, usually agencies charge a bit more. So if you're paying $2,000 to a client and they have an automation system for you, like an AI agent or something, that might take the cost to $3,000. But still, if you're making $3,000 and getting $12,000 from before, 3x ROI, and then it saves you from doing a lot of like following up and everything like that. So that $1,000 invested is really a good deal, I reckon, because you can be doing more jobs instead of chasing up leads. There's also a creative pipeline where new angles are being tested weekly, and there's also an optimization cadence, so small improvements every week that compound, which leads to a good setup and a system that actually gets you results. That's basically it. I know I said I was going to explain it in simple terms, but it's just not simple at all. Like, you got to like dive into all these other things. So if you want to make this practical, like, comment your service in your city and I'll reply with a strong offer angle to test and what a good cost per lead typically looks like in your niche. And whether I'll start with ABO or CBO, I'll give you all the source depending on what you're testing or scaling. Because like, once you understand the funnel and the numbers, SMA stops becoming this mysterious thing. Like, it becomes a repeatable system. And if you're a service-based business that like doesn't have time for all this, you want to hire an agency, like, contact us. We'll hop on a call, show you everything we do, and then you can decide from there if it's a good fit for you or not. But I'll be making more videos like this, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time.